I'm Mark Follis. I'm a certified arborist in Memphis, Tennessee, and I've been doing this for about 17 years. I've been involved in tree care for about 25. I originally worked around the world for International Harvester and farm machinery, and in 1989 in Miami I made a decision to go back to school, and I got a PhD in agroforestry from the University of Florida. And upon graduation, one of my professors asked me to go to work for him. Then we got involved with tree care products and so forth to try to keep trees healthy. And then 3 years later I had the opportunity to come back to Memphis, where I'm a fifth generation Memphian, and good to be back with my parents and family. And so I worked for a company initially here in town, and 2 years later I started my own company, Follis Tree Preservation, in which I concentrate on keeping trees healthy. I do trimming, I do spraying for insects, disease control, and so forth, and I do a lot of work with construction damaged trees. Particularly when I was working, the second time I was working out of Miami in Central America and the Caribbean, I saw a lot of environmental degradation. And at times I wondered about my own contribution to it and what I was doing. I didn't feel that way as much with farm machinery. But I really got in this because I'm interested in the environment. And this seemed a practical way in which you can impact the environment by enhancing tree growth, particularly in a city like Memphis, in which we have so many nice trees and the potential to grow so many more trees. Recently I was asked to take a look at a number of large trees over at the old Kennedy Veterans Hospital, which now belongs to the University of Memphis. They're interested in putting in a basketball training facility for the men's team, but there are some very large trees they'd like to incorporate into the design. One of the things I was helped bring the Tree City program here to Memphis, and I'm current chairman of the Memphis Tree Board, and I see a lot of it. There's always been a lot of private interest in trees around town among homeowners, and we're trying to work more and more with the city and the Parks Division and so forth to enhance tree growth. In the long term, just to see a more proactive approach to planting trees, and particularly taking care of the trees that are already planted. And then education to the public on how lucky we are to have these trees and why they are worth saving.